All right, today we are starting into the process of digging up all of our dahlias in the breeding patch, and I thought I would show you a little behind the scenes of what that looks like on a farm scale. Now, if you haven't dug and divided your dahlias yet, we have our fall mini course going right now, and it has 3 videos all about how to dig, divide, and store them, definitely on a home scale with lots of like detailed instructions, printable worksheets. It's free to take. I've got a link here if you want to take it, but that is not the scale that we're doing here, so I thought I'd show you what we're up to. So we start everything with a map. This map was made in the spring, and this is what we planted by, and that's actually what this whole patch looks like from above. And it's also what we made the final call on. So you can see varieties with pink marking, we're going to keep some, and varieties with yellow, we're going to keep all. And the varieties that don't have anything, they didn't make the cut. So they are not continuing forward this next year. And that's one of the things about breeding is you have to be very decisive, very selective if you don't want to get things totally out of control, which they already a little bit are. So this year we're growing over 8,000 dahlia plants, and I can't remember how many varieties, Jill? She wrote it.
8,400.
Yeah, it's so many varieties too. So it's a crazy amount, and I'm trying to kind of rein it in this year and be like really specific about what I want to move forward in the coming season. So starting with the map, Jill then gets it all marked. We then went along, and for every row, so you can see C54, let's see, where is that guy? Then we matched the pink. If it had a pink posted on it, it gets a pink flag, and that means we're going to dig about a crate of the tuber clumps. So you can see all of our clumps are in there. They've got a white plastic label and a loop through the handle. You can also use flagging tape for this step. And then some varieties like Firefly over here, which is a total fan favorite and my favorite, this guy we're digging all of them. So the white flags mean, white flag corresponds with yellow posted, and that means we're gonna dig it all. So you can see Firefly is all of these crates of clumps, and they are nice little chunky clumps. They look really good. Super happy with those guys. So Jill went ahead in advance and made all of our labels, and we found that that works so much better to get everything done in advance, so that when you're out here, say it's muddy or rainy and you're just kind of slipping and sliding around, it's super frustrating to try to have to write your labels. And so she has this all organized, and they're organized by row. So this is rows 1 through 10. Everything's ready for us, so we can just grab and go, and it makes the process so much easier. So you can see we put the label, you can do flagging tape like I mentioned, on the outside handle, and so that when you're stacking these crates, you can actually see what variety you have from the outside. And then we also put this hard plastic, it's called a McCore field stake. We put those inside so that in case a mouse chews off the outside label, which they do, you'll have something on the inside. So that's what the crating looks like. And you can see like Francisco's going ahead. He is taking out the T-posts. I'll show you over here. He's taking out T-posts, Sam's taking all the twine off, then we're going through and we're digging up all the clumps, and then Jill's going behind and taking the clumps and crating them. But it's definitely like almost like an assembly line, like each person has a role. You don't always have to do it this way, but on this scale. So you can see Francisco's cutting everything down, so is Sam. So we're just going through and kind of like making way for, then Jill and I come behind, and then Chris is stacking everything onto pallets, and then we'll drive them in. But we've got a lot to do. You can see behind me that whole patch, and then it spans all the way over there. So out of 8,000 clumps, I don't know how many we're gonna keep, but I think it'll be the right number. Like, I don't want to go too crazy, so we're just kind of narrowing and tightening. And also in this space, not only are we breeding new varieties, but we also collected a ton of seed off of them. So we are going to have 4 really special seed mixes from dahlias that are going to be available this coming winter as part of our Floret Originals breeding program release into the world. So that's super exciting. But just wanted to show you a little bit of the muddy behind the scenes of what it looks like. And if you haven't signed up for the fall mini course yet, definitely check that out if you are kind of nervous and anxious about digging and dividing your own tubers. It's kind of scary and it's a little complicated, but I'm going to show you how to do it step by step, and it won't be after you're done, and then you're going to be so confident and so happy and successful. So, all right, over and out from the farm.